It's been a little while since we've sat and done some makeup together, but Look Fantastic have their Black Friday sale on with up to 50% across the entire website, and they're also giving you the chance to use my discount code AMYM on top of that to get even more savings. Is that not just music to your ears? Because majority of the time when it comes to certain websites, it's always sale, excluding beauty products. No, you're getting all the discounts. So if there's anything you've had your eye on, if you're wanting to stock up your makeup bag with some new products, or you're wanting to buy some gifts, now is the time. So if you do fancy seeing how I got this makeup look with all these products, like there is so many goodies in here, you are in the right place. So sit tight and we shall begin. To bring my skin back to life a little bit, I'm going to go in with the original Waleed Skin Food because I have tried the light version before, which I loved, but because I have dry skin and we are coming into the winter months, it's only going to get worse. So I thought we'll get a thicker, more heavy duty cream, and hopefully this does the trick for keeping me nice and glowy. I feel like a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with this, but I've never had a problem. Oh my god, yeah, that is definitely tons thicker. I don't feel like I'm going to need half as much of this. Wow, I really didn't think there's going to be that much of a difference, but this is way thicker. It feels almost like the texture of Sudocreme. I think the reason a lot of people don't really get on with it is because of how heavily scented it is. It does have a very strong like spa scent, which doesn't bother me, but I understand like that can be an instant turn off for some people when it comes to a moisturiser. But if that don't bother you, then I mean, I'm pretty sure you probably already all tried this anyway. It was literally like a viral moisturiser, but for the price it is right now on the Look Fantastic website, I had to stock up. I mean, it's quite clear that I get on with this moisturiser because my current bottle is literally like on its last legs. There's barely anything left. But don't be put off by the fact that these are only 30ml tubes, because I can get through one of these in like 6 months. You really don't need a lot at all, and it just works so well in bringing your face kind of back to life when you feel a little bit sluggish and dry and just dead. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Inky List Dewy Sunscreen. This is also available on the Look Fantastic website. Now, I'm someone who is really bad when it comes to making sure I wear my SPF. I am a huge slacker, so it's something that I'm trying to really get into before my skin kind of shows the aging signs, which I'm not looking forward to. I mean, I'm almost 23. We're verging on the years where the skin stops producing collagen, so I need to get on it ASAP. I feel like the true test with some creams is just if it leaves like a white cast on the skin. Like obviously you have to apply enough for it to actually work, but then you don't want to look like that one scene from Mrs. Doubtfire where she dips her head in the cream cake. So let's just see. Okay, that's perfect. Very simple sort of skin prep done. We're going to go straight into brows because I'm so excited to try the transparent glue from NYX. This came in a little bundle on the website, although you can buy it individually in the multiple different shades, but I thought it'd be way cheaper to get it with the Lift and Snatch brow pen because I already use a sort of similar product like this on a day-to-day basis on my brows anyway. So if I can make this my new combo, it's going to be so much easier when I need to repurchase. Okay, that's way smaller. That is way smaller than I thought it was going to be. Oh my god. Look at that. But I'm just going to kind of willy-nilly go in. Oh my god. It's like snail slime. And just kind of go crazy through the brow hairs to coat it. This is not like your typical liquidy, watery brow gel to set your brows. Like this is full on, as the name says, glue. So fingers crossed this can keep the brows in place. I know they look wild, but I just wanted to kind of let the glue set for a bit before I lay them down because I feel like the longer you leave it, the tackier it gets, kind of like lash glue. Oh, that's my logic anyway. I don't know if that's actually how it works. I prefer the more natural light brushstroke type of feel on my eyebrows, so I didn't want to go for something too dark where it would look a bit blocky. This kind of feels like it's close to my natural shade. Now the brow pen I usually use kind of has like multiple nibs on the end, whereas this is kind of like your basic felt tip, so this might take me a little bit longer. I'm a tad bit scared. Usually I'm used to like 3 strokes at once, so just bear with. I'll pop them on and then we can see. I'm not sure if it's because my skin was like way too hydrated beforehand, but I don't feel like the pen really showed up or did anything. I do really like the brow glue. I feel like I just have to give this another go, another time to see how I really feel about it. We're gonna go in with the Urban Decay Naked Basics, something I've wanted to get my hands on for a little while now, just because it's the everyday shades I use all in one place. Like I couldn't think of any other colour in this palette that I would need. I'm talking like I actually know what I'm doing. I have not done a proper eye look in a long time. I'm just willy-nilly going with the flow. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing, basically just mapping out like a C shape on my eye, bringing it in but then leaving this bit bare. I thought the eyeshadows I used regularly were good, right? These are blending on another level. Like, it takes so little work to actually get these to look seamless. I'm happy. Having to barely put any effort in. Naked palettes are the one things I never owned but I always wanted growing up, back when they were like the best shadow palettes on the market. Now I understand why. Almost 10 years later. I always feel like this looks really nice when you put lashes on as well, because it has that kind of shadow behind it. It makes it look more like full and fluffy on the edge, which is a bit of me. I would definitely say this is a very beginner friendly palette, because from someone that's not done an eyeshadow look in the longest time ever, I'm finding this incredibly easy to work with. So if you're someone that's getting into makeup or is a little bit shy with deeper, darker eyeshadow colours, this could be your new best friend, because it's definitely going to become a part of my everyday staple makeup. Like, this is going straight in the makeup bag, no doubt about it. Like, zero questions asked. And then what made me kind of want to incorporate pink was the fact that the blush I picked up from Trigwell says cheek and eye, so we'll give this a go. It's a gorgeous like peachy pink colour, just to kind of bring a bit of fun into the look, you know, spice it up a bit. This is where it could go one or two ways, so please just cross your fingers. I don't want it to look like a cut crease, I just kind of want it to look like a soft pink touch, you know? I mean, I don't even know, so let's just see. I probably could have gone in with a tiny bit of concealer on the eyelid to make it pop a bit more, but I don't want it to be too vibrant. Like I said, I just want it to look like a kiss, a little kiss of pink. At this point, I'm just playing around until I get the look I'm going for. I mean, it's definitely not perfect, but it's somewhat close enough to what I was aiming for. Slight mishap, my top just quite literally fell to pieces. The strap just snapped and flopped forward and exposed my whole left. So let's continue. I grabbed 2 packs of the WA lashes because I wasn't sure what style were going to suit me the best. We have Eva and we have Chloe Elizabeth. The Eva ones are slightly more spaced out, fluttery and long. And then these ones are a little bit shorter in length, slightly more full and have that spiky effect to them. These I feel like are going to be a little bit more my cup of tea and will suit this eye look better. So I'll quickly trim them down, pop them on, and then I'll be right back. Please tell me why I've already got a safety pin holding up half of this top and now this has just decided to ping off as well. I won't even mind, but it's not as if I've got a lot like holding it up. Do you know what I mean? Like, how? What? Why? What? Right, give me 2 seconds while I get changed because I can't sit here for the rest of the video with my hand cupping my... So for foundation, we're actually going to be using the Lottie London light to medium coverage skin tint. I picked this up in the shade medium N025, so here's hoping this is a good match. But the fact this is a skin tint with coverage makes me happy because then I know that it's not going to feel too heavy, or at least I'm hoping anyways. But let's just pop it on and see. It's got like a little squeezy tube at the top. It's probably not wise to do this when I'm in white clothing, but I'm just gonna pop a bit on it, on each cheek for now, because I don't know how much of this I'm actually gonna need. Straight in with a foundation brush. Let's see. It's a tad bit darker than my skin at the minute, but it's nothing a little bit of blending can't fix. Like, you saw how quickly I just did that. I barely even had to put any work in. We'll see if it can cover my extremely red nose. For 2 little drops on the face, I don't think that's too bad, but I am going to go in with a tad bit more just to see how buildable it can be. I always try like avoid the under eye area just because I want as minimal product under there as possible, because I hate when there's just like layers upon layers of creasing. I kind of just want it to be solely concealer, so that's why I'm trying to work around it a little bit, which is why my face might still look a little bit scary, giving panda eyes. But that second layer has definitely helped kind of hide around the nose area. It's definitely not incredible coverage, but I mean, it's a skin tint, what can you really expect? I've got 2 layers on and it's hidden what I want it to hide, so I'm happy with it. I definitely could get a shade lighter as well and work with that, but I'm not mad. I think that's pretty nice. As mentioned earlier, I got the Rimmel Multitasker. Now, I did pick up 2 shades. I got light, which is kind of like the base one I'm going to put on, and then I also picked up Porcelain to do a little bit of brightening after blush. So we'll go in with this one first, just to hide the very, very dark circles. Pretend that I got my 8 hours sleep last night, which I definitely did not. While I let that sit for a bit, I'm going to use a bit of the Revolution Super Dewy Liquid Bronze. This is in the shade medium to tan, just so I can add a little bit of colour around my face. I love these cute little tubes that they come in. I'm just going to put a few little dots of it on my cheek, just because I'm not sure how well it's going to show up first. Give that a little blend. Oh my god, that was literally perfect. Oh, I love minimal effort products, and it's not even as if it's blending in and disappearing either. Like, it's actually got some good colour payoff. Like, you can see that on my cheek, and it's not left the weird dots from where I've placed it eitherwards. That is... Blend this concealer out. Definitely probably could have left that a little bit longer just to make it a bit more full coverage, but it's nothing that another little layer can't fix. For a bit of blush, we've got another Super Dewy Liquid by Revolution. This one is in the shade Blushing in Love. I think I'm going to put this on my hand first, just so I've got a little bit more control on the cheek. And we'll see how this looks. Okay, you definitely don't need a lot. I could use that for 2 cheeks. Wow. Okay. That tube is going to last me about 3 years, because you need the tiniest little blob ever. Like, that is even too much, and I've barely used half of what I put out on my hand. So that might need a little bit of blending. I'll go back in with the concealer brush to kind of diffuse it. Before this starts to go anywhere on my face, I'm going to go in with the Trigwell Velvet Setting Powder. I picked this up in the shade 1, which I think is the lightest shade, bar obviously translucent. And I did also grab the mini Trigwell Powder Puffs, because what better to apply it with? I feel like I'm the last person to try these sponges as well. I've always just stuck to the cheaper alternatives, but I can say they do feel a lot nicer. I never know with these. I feel like I have to use them quite a few times to like get an opinion on them, because I want to know if it's got like flashback. I want to see how long it keeps the under eyes smooth for. Like, it's not something I can just be instantly like, oh my god, wow. Do you know what I mean? I just realised I didn't put the light concealer under my eyes like I said I was gonna. Bit too late for that now, so another time. The only thing I didn't get new was a powder bronzer, because my favourite one ever is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which is available on Look Fantastic. It's where I got this one from, so it felt pretty pointless grabbing another when I already use this and love it. Like, I don't need multiple when this is literally all I use on my face. So we'll just use this to set and add a little bit of colour. You know what I will do actually? We'll cut under the cheekbone with a bit of this powder. I've not done that in the longest time. Sort of like a mini bake. Back in with a bit of Trigwell. I can't remember if I said, but this is in the shade Bellini Baby, and she is beautiful. So we're going to pop a bit of that on the cheeks. Kind of ties it all in, brings the eyes together as well. I do want to put some of the beauty marks on my face, but I'm scared this NYX pen's not going to show up, because it didn't really do much for my eyebrows. Why is there like no pigment in this? Did I need to get a darker shade? What's happening? I'm going to line my lips with Cappuccino by Rimmel. Oh, yes. Yes, it's actually cool toned. I was scared it wasn't going to be. It's giving very much like Shrek Ugly Stepsister at the minute, so we're going to go in with a bit of Golden Girl by Doll Beauty. You all know by now, they make my favourite lipstick ever. I didn't think I could ever stray from Come to Mama, but I did want to try something slightly more pinky, and if this isn't pink enough, we'll go in with a bit of the liquid blush to kind of help it. Okay, it's creamy. God, this is literally like I've just replicated the eyes, but on my lips, like the cool toned and then the pink. I'm gonna blend that just a tad so it doesn't look as dramatic. Not quite sure if I'm feeling that fully or not, but before I overthink it, I'm going to go in with the Rimmel Thrill Seeker Glassy Gloss in the shade 100 Cocoa Sugar. Stop it. It smells like peach rings. Oh my god. Ah. How do they do that? I just want to lick it. Give that a quick dusting. We're going to take the Urban Decay All Nighter Vitamin C Cactus Flower Water Setting Spray and pop this all over the face. Now make sure to shake it. You don't want the mistake of having white dots all over. Ah, it smells gorgeous too. I'm going to take out these little hair clips and just give my hair a little zhuzh, a little va-va-voom. if you're wanting to purchase anything that's shown in this video, everything will be down below, as well as my discount code, which is AMEM, to save you more money on top of the already amazing Look Fantastic Black Friday sales. So if you do pick anything up, do let me know, because I would love to see. But I'm gonna love you and leave you, and happy shopping.
S.O.S, never guess, cause I know mama told me that I'm blessed, but he never wanna show. Get impressed, cause I'm dope. You don't smoke, what you mean? Keep it potent as the green, so you know it's Happytree.